For the NBA. So we didn't have NBA today, but we're back. I gave out a ton of better slips on Twitter. You know, we got some good starts, some 4 for 4s, 3 for 4s kind of going into it. So why don't we start out and build a slip? What book do people want to look at? Should we start out on PrizePicks or Underdog Fantasy? So there was actually a lot of value kind of coming up on Underdog. So maybe we take a look at Underdog to start. And, you know, I say this all the time, but there's a ton of esports value on Underdog. And what you want to be playing on Underdog are 3-pick entries. So, like, you know, the way that PrizePicks works is any 3-pick entry you create, you're going to get a 5x payout, which maybe it seems good, but it's not. It's trash. It's absolutely horrible. So on Underdog, they give you a 6x payout, which is pretty good. So what we want to do is we want to find some value on Underdog. Where are the opportunities? Where are the discrepancies in the market where Underdog Fantasy is offering us value? So, like, for example, you check out this play. Okay, we got our boy Fino, and Underdog's opening him at 30. You know, they have his line too low. Every other book, 31.5, 32. It may not seem like a big difference, but it adds up. And then let me show you this, because this is where it gets sexy. I saw these plays earlier. I waited for you guys. To lock this in so we could hit it together on the stream. But there's some fucking good soccer bets. But you got to be willing to fade the GOATs. Not actually. I don't really watch that much soccer, but let me explain to you why this bet is good. Okay, so like, you take a look right here. This is just, you know, kind of interesting, if I say so myself, is you'll see Robert, you know, Lewandowski, all the books have him like plus 125, plus 130 to score a goal. So on all these sports books like FanDuel, they don't show odds on an under. They only let you bet on a player to score a goal. You can't bet on the player to not score a goal. But you'll see they're all giving you like plus money, plus 120, you know, plus 130 on DraftKings. Underdog is essentially, when you go through the math, it's minus 120. These fucks, bro. They already fucking locked the esports play. Anyways, there was a ton of esports value, so we'll replace it. But even though these books aren't showing odds on an under, they don't offer what's called a two-way market. Like, you know the over's the underdog because they're giving you plus money, right? And it's the same thing for Harry Kane. All the books have him like plus 125, plus 115 to score. Our last soccer play actually went pretty well. So, I mean, you got to be willing to fade some popular soccer players, but I do think these picks are really good. So what we need to do is kind of round out our slip. So let's see what other plays are available, and let's just try to get some stuff in, because I think these plays are pretty good. Like, quite simply, just looking at odds in the market, trying to find some value, and we'll put in all the books we want to look at too, because it doesn't seem like, you know, let's find a final esports play though that we can kind of hit with this. So, like, you know, it looks like the most random slip, but again, if that's where the value is, that's what I'll be playing. I'm just showing you where I'm putting my own money down. 27, rest of the market has them at 29. Every play I give out, make sure it has value. But anyways, this is what I'm going to hit. If you want to lock it in quick. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? So you can see they already locked Robert Lewandowski. So they already locked one of the soccer plays, which probably means one of you bet it, because I feel like this late at night, no one's awake from Underdog Fantasy. So they're basically just moving things based on, you know, whatever. But on the bright side, there's some other esports plays we can kind of fill in as well. So I don't know. Some people were probably able to get in the previous slip considering they already moved it. I don't know if they take like a certain amount of bets and then they move it. I don't know. But a lot of people are on this stream. So this is what I'm going to lock in. Go quick, you know, if you want to hit it. But there's some esports line discrepancies. There's some other plays we can look at on Underdog. But I figure we might as well go over to PrizePicks next. So hopefully you've had time to lock it in. We could not detect your location. Oh, okay. Okay, you couldn't detect my location. And let me guess, one of the fucking picks is going to be gone. No, we're good. So it seems like we're good. Nothing bumped. And everything's bumped. Harry Kane goals. Bro, Underdog's a fucking... I hate it. I hate it. Was anyone able to get into any of those plays, or did they just fucking bump everything? Anyways, I'm sorry. Like, sometimes Underdog works great late at night, and sometimes it doesn't. Hell nah, Harry Kane's gonna score. Damn, some people don't like it. Cheap viewers on streamboo.com. I have no idea what that means. Dang, sorry, Alex. We got it. Got them all. Damn, so it sounds like some people got it. Anyways, hopefully you guys were able to get it. But, yeah, I mean, maybe we just move on to PrizePicks for a sec, because that was kind of a waste of, 20 minutes of your life. No, I'm just kidding. Not 20 minutes, maybe like 7 minutes. Oh, boy. How do people feel about Trey Murphy points? Trey Murphy, Lakers, Pels tomorrow. Fucking huge game. Who's winning? Lakers are winning, right? Like, I mean, this game is like about as close as you can get. It's a coin flip. The Lakers are very small favorites. You can see here, minus 107. Like, the books have the Lakers slightly juiced. I mean, I don't know. Fuck you, Underdog. I hate Underdog. I hate everything about Underdog. Bro, like, let us get our bets in. But, Trey Murphy points. I mean, you can see, like, most of the sharper books, like, have ripped him to being a favorite to go over. Like, Fliff is the only book. Again, like, I try to make sure I give out good plays with value. Fliff is the only book with his under favored. All these other books have his over favored, granted to differing degrees, but you can see FanDuel has just absolutely ripped Murphy to being a heavy favorite to go over. So maybe we just lock this in. I mean, honestly, let's get a bet in, and then we'll kind of move on. So we got Trey Murphy over 11.5 points. And again, all the live stream plays tracked in the sheet in the description on YouTube. How do people feel about Trey Murphy? I mean, he could hit 4 threes in a quarter. Not saying it's likely, but he could. So hopefully Zion doesn't hog the fucking ball tomorrow. And let's lock in Trey Murphy. So honestly, I'm a fan of this play. Let's lock it in. Let's get it in. If you're trying to ride a dude, get it in quick. You know what I mean? Like, these bucks, as you just saw on Underdog, when you're trying to ride 3 dudes at once, they'll pull that shit. They'll get rid of it. So you got to get it in quick if you want to ride them. So what we can do is we can move on to what book do we want to look at. Let's do a PrizePicks slip. I mean, I don't know, man. There's some really good PrizePicks plays already for Saturday. Saturday's too far away to be placing bets, You can see PrizePicks, they just posted lines for Timberwolves Suns, and there's some good value, but, I don't know, man. That's so many days away. It's just kind of boring, but let's go here, and let me just remember, just put it in. Don't even warm up. Zion likes to hog like Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah, bro, he's a fat motherfucker for the NBA. But anyways, we got Trey Murphy over 11.5 points as the first play. That's on Fliff at minus 115. And, so let me show you what I got cooking here. Okay, so let's build a PrizePicks slip. And, like, there's some good plays that I like, but, again, this game's not till Saturday. Granted, because PrizePicks just dropped these lines, one thing you got to remember, because a lot of people will be like, oh, why don't we just wait till, Friday night to bet it, is they'll probably remove it. But we have Ant under 1.5 steals. He's gone under 4 out of the past 5 games. Game 1 of the Suns series. The Timberwolves are very slight favorites in Game 1. But you can see, 1.5 steals. I mean, obviously it's a kind of niche bet, but sometimes that's where the value is. And PrizePicks works just like Underdog. You take a player to go over or under, you get the same payout. So if you look at kind of the market, all the books have Ant as a big favorite to go under. So that's the play we'd want to be on. Granted, do we want to include it or not? Because the game's still, it's not till Saturday. I don't know. That I will leave up to you, because there is a lot of value on PrizePicks. So how do we feel about Brandon Ingram over 4.5 rebounds? So we got Brandon Ingram over 4.5 rebounds. People like it. Checks out from a value perspective. All the books have Ingram as a big fucking favorite to go over. You can see in the line movement charts, markets kind of moved him to being a heavy favorite to go over. I don't know. Why do lines move? It's like, why does the price of a stock change? It's like, I don't know. Maybe it's just all the sharps are hammering the over. If profitable customers are hammering the over, FanDuel's going to move the market, move lines towards the over. What do people think? Ingram over 4.5 rebounds. Do we play it or do we not? And do we say fuck the ant play or do we ride? Do we ride? Dude, the Mets. We also have Conley over 5.5 assists. I mean, dude, why do all these bets have to be for Saturday? But on the bright side, there are actually some really good plays for tomorrow as well. So don't worry. We'll be able to get some stuff in. So, like one option. Let's go here. Let's go to tennis. What do we think about this? Over 20.5 games. So this game starts at 2:15. So if you want to sweat to keep you up, granted, not a ton of books posting lines, but you can see the 2 books posting lines have this as like a minus 150 favorite, 1.5 to 1 betting favorite, 60% to win. There's actually a fair amount of good PrizePicks plays. So you can see, where's this Stan motherfucker? This play I already gave out, I think. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, I did. So I gave this out. I mean, this was like, I don't think our live stream play didn't do good I gave out one PrizePicks play on the live stream earlier, but I'm already on this play, but we could double down. We're already 3 for 3 on a slip to kind of start it out, but fuck it. I mean, we might as well get in some tennis plays if we can. And then we have Pod over 3.5 rebounds, which also checks out. I mean, I think he had 9 fucking rebounds last game. Yep, 9 rebounds. So what do people think about this beauty? Any thoughts, or should we get rid of Ant and should we try to find a pick for tomorrow so we don't have to wait till Saturday? Or we could lock it in, and then if it hits, if our first 4 plays hit, we got a fucking great sweat going into Saturday. I don't know. It's kind of up to you. Maybe let's add a 6 pick and let's make it a 6 pick flex play. And, worst case, you don't want to play it. You don't want to play it. There's also Curry over 4.5 rebounds, but that, the pod play seems better. And then there's Wiggins under 15.5 points. I don't know. Does anyone have thoughts on Wiggins? I gave out a slip on Twitter. I'm already on pod. I'm already on Wiggins. So this is the best play, one of the best plays available. So I'm fine including that twice. But maybe let's try to find, is there any other tennis plays or anything that's available like within the next 24 hours? Let's do that. Because that would be ideal. Maybe some tennis plays, maybe some nice little sexy tennis plays on some sexy little tennis boys or girls. And let's see, man. I mean, this isn't horrible. Goffin under 22.5 games. There's some like decent plays. I mean, another option is we could take Trace. Like this play I actually kind of like pairing. Trace Jackson Davis under 7.5 rebounds. Like, it pairs kind of nicely with this play pod in some ways. Like, obviously, like, only one of them can get a rebound at a given time. So, like, you don't want to take players on the same team both to go over. It's not super strong correlation, but honestly, it's not horrible. PrizePicks, I have jack shit betting limits. I mean, Fliff gives me $250 per play. PrizePicks is bullshit. But anyways, I'm just going to lock this in. If you don't want to wait till, Saturday, I get it. But I can almost guarantee you Anthony Edwards is going to be gone by the morning. First sports better with CTE. I'll fucking take it, bro. Alex going to oil up Braun tomorrow. Going to oil up Braun for tomorrow. I wish, bro. That sounds like a national treasure. Anyway, so we're riding 6 guys at once, 2 tennis boys, 4 NBA players. Then we got a tag team in the Warriors game, so we're riding 2 dudes in that game. And I don't know. Who's going to fuck up this slip? Hopefully not the tennis plays. But regardless, if you don't like tennis, you can leave them off and add in like Valanciunas under 6.5 points. That seems solid. Just an option. Fuck. Wow. Fuck. Pollen season. Anyways, sometimes Underdog puts these plays back up. Nope, they didn't put back Harry Kane. Anyways, sometimes we get lucky and they add a slip back in. I mean, I don't want to waste your guys' time trying to do another Underdog play, but if there's anything attractive, again, this PrizePicks play, you won't see it right now, but all the live stream plays I'll put in the little tracking sheet thing. we got going on. But so what do we have on this live stream, okay? So only 2 plays. I'm aware, Underdog, fucking, I wasted your life away. But we got Trey Murphy over 11.5 points. Dude, I hate allergies. Maybe a sip of my high noon will help. We got Trey Murphy over 11.5 points. Then we got a 6 flex on PrizePicks. If you don't want to wait until Saturday, just leave off Ant and run it as a 5 flex. You know, just don't play 3-pick entries on PrizePicks. A lot of people think I'm like, oh, you just hate people who play 3-picks. It's like, no, they're just ass fucking payouts, bro. They're a ripoff. Anyways, so you can see Underdog. It's like, bro, all the value just like evaporated. But let's see. Maybe we'll be able to find something else, and I'll just have to move a little bit quicker. Nah. Not really. I mean, Jose Alvarado, like, this play is kind of sexy. I kind of like these plays. Under 5.5 points. Market as is under heavily favored. That's an option you can go with. But again, let's do next 7 days. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll see a soccer play pop up. I mean, it's pretty fucking annoying that Underdog doesn't at least let me lock in the slip I'm trying to give out. But, you know, there's nothing we can complain about. Life is... It's a beautiful thing. Fuck, bro. Anyways, or we could just fucking rip another PrizePicks slip. We can look through PrizePicks. Oh, fuck, bro. So this is honestly, like, a lot of people are like, oh, I always wait for, you know, lines to come out for the upcoming day. But sometimes, like, I mean, already on FanDuel, a lot of times, like, they just posted this line. A lot of these books are just, like, DraftKings posted a line 6 minutes ago. They released MLB props for tomorrow. You can kind of see in the line movement chart, Fliff, 7 minutes ago. So a lot of time, Caesars, 7 minutes ago. So all these guys are, like, sucking each other. You know, they're all adding shit 7 minutes ago. What happened 7 minutes ago? 10:55? I don't know, but that's when they're all releasing odds. But sometimes that's when, you know, there's the best value. So FanDuel's actually had odds open a bit longer. You know, they posted an hour ago, so FanDuel's a little different. But you can see, you know, all the other books are now coming in, opening lines and saying like, yo, we think this should be like minus 105. FanDuel has it plus 126. So, I mean, I know not everyone, you know, I don't know. Some people love fucking PrizePicks. Some people love FanDuel, but if you can get it in on PrizePicks, on FanDuel. So we want to go to the Giants game. And my pitcher prop from today on Fliff didn't work out, so I apologize if you tailed that. This will be the play you want to lock in. Again, FanDuel's a little janky with, like, you know, some of these books are a little janky with streaming software, so I can't actually lock in the play. But you'll see it on my Picket if I'm able to get it in. I just have to place it on my other computer where I'm not running OBS. But you'll see it on my Picket. Fuck, bro. Anyways, hopefully we have a good NBA postseason, bro. This is my favorite time of year. But what was I going to say? Yeah, so again, like, I don't know what is up with some of these books. It's just like, yeah, the streaming software fucks with them. But, let's see if we can find this on FanDuel before it moves. And FanDuel usually has super low betting limits. Like, on this computer, I'm logged out. And you'll see the max they give a brand new account. I'm not even logged in. It's $500 on this play, which obviously is a lot. But, you know, FanDuel has me limited a bit lower. So I'll probably get like fucking $40 knowing FanDuel. But let's see. Some of these books just have shit-ass betting limits. How much do they give me? 50. So they give me 50. So I'm on 1/10 betting limits on FanDuel. But anyways, you'll see the play tracked on my Picket. If you use FanDuel, this seems solid to lock in. So we want to go here, and we want to go to Ryan Weathers over 4.5 Ks at plus 126 on FanDuel. And I only got $50. But for my FanDuel people, this seems like the play you want to be on. And honestly, I had a bad day. I only won one bet, but the bet I placed had the highest betting limit. So sometimes it's a little misleading because, like, most of the plays I gave out today didn't win. But, of course, the play that I did hit, well, that's good for me. I don't know why I'm saying, of course, had the highest betting limit. So that worked out. And sometimes it goes the opposite way. But anyways, Fuck, bro. I hate allergies. Yikes. So there's some other good, you can see like all these books are just starting to post strikeout lines. There's some good discrepancies, but should we do another PrizePicks slip? Underdog seems pretty dry. Let's check out Better. I mean, I try to focus on the more popular books in these streams, like Better, pretty fucking dry. Dabble, pretty fucking dry. Fliff, I mean, again, we got the play on Trey Murphy. Jock Market, not even popular enough to talk about. Underdog, pretty dry. So let's do another PrizePicks slip, unless people are opposed. I mean, there's tons of sports books. FanDuel always has a lot of good value, but anyways. So, any plays, what do people think about Valanciunas under 6.5 points? It is such a random bet, and it's a very scary bet. But as life goes, sometimes you got to risk it. So we got Valanciunas under 6.5 points. Kind of looks like Travis Kelce, but uglier. But we can ride him if people like this. The Edwards Steals play is super good. It's just, do you wanna wait, bro? I mean, that's kind of the question. Is that okay? What do we think about plays for Saturday? Is that too stupid, or should we just fucking do it? I like Val under 6.5. So some people like it. Okay, Dabble doesn't have any value. I see someone asking about Dabble in the chat. So people like Valanciunas? Do it. No, all good. So people like plays for Saturday. Okay, so we can fucking rip some plays for Saturday. So again, I like this Wiggins play, but I'm already on it. So I'm just already on it. So, I mean, and also I have jack shit betting limits on PrizePicks, but if you really like it, it seems like a solid play. Same thing with Ingram. Same thing with Pod. I just don't want to go through the same picks over and over, kind of waste your time, especially if you're betting bigger on it. If you have higher betting limits on PrizePicks, spread it out, diversify your portfolio, create your own little, stock exchange. Anyways, is there anything on Underdog that I missed? I'm sad they moved those soccer plays. I hope some of you guys were able to get it in. I saw that right before I started streaming. I got all fucking excited. And then they ripped them away. But I do have a high noon. So life's still good. But let's check out PrizePicks. So let's see if there's anything else that's interesting on PrizePicks that we want to go with. So we went through the tennis plays, which I was a fan of. Edwards Steals, bro. Valanciunas. Or Valanciunas point. That's not as good a value. Valanciunas points plus rebounds. Garland Steals. Another interesting play. Granted, it's not as good as the Edwards play. The Edwards play is fucking sexy. So, I mean, I don't know. Do you want to include it twice? Anyways, let's go here. Pete Alonso, under 7.5 fantasy score. So we can go to baseball, fantasy score. It's a combination of stolen bases, a ton of different shit. If you like baseball, you could include that. But it is the NBA playoffs. So I wouldn't mind doing more NBA. Bro. Devin Booker, steals plus blocks. Now I'm kind of overwhelmed, but let's just do a slip quick. So we have Valanciunas under 6.5 points, which everyone in the chat seemed to like. Honestly, I'm going to build a 6-pick flex. If you don't like the Ingram play, it is really good value, and I do like it for tomorrow. So I'm running it again. But if you don't want to run it, don't run it again. Banchero over 12.5 RAs. So the Magic, I think they're the biggest underdogs in game 1 versus the Cavs. But let's see if we can find some plays as well that kind of pair well together. So we have Banchero over 12.5 RAs. He can clear that in fucking rebounds alone. I mean, he had 18 and 22 in his last 2 games. No, actually, the Heat are the biggest underdogs. Although, it looks like there's some discrepancy in the market. I mean, 76ers minus 172 on TonyBet if you're in Canada. Not a sports book I ever talk about, but that seems like pretty good value if you're in Canada and can bet on TonyBet. 76ers minus 172. But anyways, let's see what else we have. And maybe let's try to find some. I always like riding NBA players. I don't know about you guys. Maybe you guys like riding tennis guys more or baseball guys. But if we can do NBA, that would be ideal. So I'm already on this play on pod twice. So I'm going to skip it the fuck over. Wiggins and Curry rebounds. And let's find some better stuff, even if it means waiting till Saturday. So we got 2 plays. I apologize. Let's do Banchero. Over 12.5 RAs. Beautiful. Pete Alonso, under 7.5 fantasy score. Meh. Ant Edwards steals. The value's so good. He hasn't done shit in the past, Again, you could replace it, but we have Connolly assists. I kind of like pairing that with Edwards too. So we got Connolly assists. Honestly, this guy can dime assists. 5.5, kind of low line for Connolly. Granted, he only had 3 assists, but maybe something like this. And what we want to do is we want to find a 5th pick to go with. I mean, what do we like? Chris Paul rebounds, Steph Curry. Chris Paul or Steph Curry rebounds? Curry's line is 4.5. Chris Paul is 3.5. Curry rebounds is 4.5. Bucks have the over heavily favored. Checks out from a value perspective, which again is like the first thing I try to make sure of. He's gone over 4 out of the past 5 games, not the last game, but maybe something like this. Any thoughts? 6-pick entry. We got Val under 6.5 points. Anyways, I'm running it. If you don't like it, we went through a bunch of fucking plays, so feel free to skip over the plays for Saturday or whatever. But anyways, let me put this link in the chat for people who want to tail. Hachimura rebounds. Valanciunas got no points last game. Perfect. That sounds great. That sounds optimal. No on Curry. Sabonis will dominate the boards. Yeah, you could replace Curry with Pod over 3.5, so he has an even lower line. I mean, Caesars has him all the way up at minus 174 to go over 3.5 rebounds. I mean, if you don't like Curry, this play has higher value. I've just already hit it, so I didn't want to include it in the same slip if possible. But I mean, or you could take Chris Paul. There's also Conley steals plus blocks. Franz Wagner steals plus blocks. I mean, these slips are so fucking random. But anyways, there's a good amount of value. You just got to kind of pair it correctly. Or not correctly, but don't do anything stupid like including, Pod over 3.5 rebounds in the same slip as Curry over and Chris Paul over, because that would make no sense. Have 3 players on the same team all to go over in rebounds. So that's the only thing I got to say. But anyways, you could throw in Pete Alonso if you don't like the Curry play either, since some people don't seem to like the Curry play. But regardless, anyways, there's some smaller value coming up for Saturday, but if it's smaller value and it's still far away, it's not as good a value as the Ant play, and I'm not as attracted to it. Ant, that play I'm very attracted to. I'm always a big fan of riding Ant Edwards, even if it means hitting the under. So anyways, we got a couple prize pick slips on this stream. We'll see if there's any more value on Underdog or something. We had this on Fliff. FanDuel, I hit Weathers over 4.5 Ks. I'm not actually sure. Did they end up moving that? We'll see. Sometimes FanDuel moves this shit quick. So, usually I try to stay up this late, because when FanDuel first drops lines, that's when you'll see the best shit. So you can see this Weathers play. We were just talking about this at plus 126. It's down to plus 110. So if you're savvy, you can see all the strikeout value. FanDuel just dropped lines, or they dropped lines an hour ago, but other books started to open their odds. All the value on FanDuel evaporated. This goes from plus 126 to plus 110. Doesn't seem like a huge difference, but, it is, I guess. Anyways, I guess we'll call it a day for now. Hopefully you were able to tail these plays. I'll be streaming tomorrow. And hopefully, there's a bunch of new PrizePicks plays and we don't have to wait